Hello and welcome to another update video about ETH. So on the ETH daily chart, we're still in the situation in which we track bullish scenarios. The overall ETH weakness compared to Bitcoin is quite apparent on the daily chart. We can see that ETH is holding below this descending trend line, holding below the resistance area, and it really takes a break above 1908 on the daily chart to suggest that something bullish is really starting in terms of a breakout, okay? So if anybody's waiting for breakouts above resistances, the meaningful one on the daily one is 1908. It's the 78.6 retrace of the move to the downside that started on the 12th of July. I would like to make just an adjustment here on the daily time frame. I might do that later. I can still count this as a 1-2, 1-2, 1-2 setup, but I think it's just more reliable to just have one or two 1-2 setups instead of three, even though it's still valid. But if we get this C wave to the downside in this current correction, like W, X, Y, and then in the Y wave, we have an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave, then this C wave might cross below that low of the wave 2, invalidating it. It doesn't change anything with regards to support levels, so I already assumed that, or I already gave it the space when looking at the support. When I determined this support box that ranges down to 1240, it would simply just be something visual, and to give it a little bit more space, also based on the wave count. The support already assumes we only have two 1-2 setups. Having three 1-2 setups here is more bullish, but obviously it would need to turn to the upside basically right now. Otherwise, we will most likely see invalidation of the third 1-2 setup. So it's really just a bit of an academic thing at the moment, bit of a cosmetic thing on the chart, but I think it is cleaner to have only two 1-2 setups and rather to show the less bullish version, and then we can always adjust later if we need to. So I might make that change maybe today. But yeah, overall a situation pretty much unchanged. This chart hasn't changed in months. I mean, we have been in this current correction since July. Yeah. No, actually on the ETH chart, correction started already in April. So in case your last video actually that you watched was maybe middle of August, nothing would have changed, okay? There have been some fluctuations on the smaller time frames. Since then, we have been expecting lower prices. Those lower prices happened. We made a new low on the 12th of October. Obviously, if you're following the intraday movements, there is a lot going on there, but really it was just a lot of chop in the same range. It didn't lead to any progress in the chart. And the market did respect our resistance area so far. And it's still, in my opinion, reasonable to assume that another low happens here. At least it is quite high probability, especially as ETH has not been able to push to the upside in an impulsive way off the recent lows. Now let's take a look at the shorter time frame wave count. Here on the ETH chart, we continue to see a potential more directly structured bearish setup. Well, I shouldn't say setup. We don't really have a clear bearish setup right now, because with the latest push to the upside that happened yesterday, ETH did move above short-term resistance. And while I still have the yellow count here, which shows that another low in this structure is still obviously possible, there is not the immediate setup for it. What does that mean? I don't really have a clear 1-2 setup to the downside. Basically, I don't have a 5-wave move down followed by a 3-wave move to the upside that would suggest that a downward move is following. No, instead, the movements to the downside have been rather corrective looking. So I still have the yellow count on the chart, but as I said to you already in the last few days, the failure of the bears to really push through 1530 support indicates that we might either get some kind of a triangle pattern here, or if the triangle gets invalidated to the upside, and that would be at 1752, we might be working on a diagonal to the upside, which is a little bit too early to confirm. So while I have the yellow count still on the chart that allows for another low into the region of around 1450, we have to take the white wave count very seriously, which I'm tracking very actively, which just assumes we could be in a sideways triangle here for a while, maybe even something more bullish. So the triangle basically suggests that we are in an A, B, C, D, E structure, which could result to a move to the downside. And in this triangle, however, we're moving within corrective structures. So for example, the move of the 12th of October low to the 16th of October high was just very corrective. So not impulsive. So I have to assume that we're dealing here with some kind of a corrective structure like a WXY. And now we would be in the Y wave, and that would be an ABC. And in this B wave, we have support at 1563. I gave you that support level yesterday, and it seems quite likely we get there, maybe even a little lower. But certainly I have indicated standard support for the B wave. And then from here, if support holds, invalidation point, by the way, is down there at 1544. As long as support holds, a C wave higher can occur. That would be a C wave of the Y wave. And if that move up is higher, it goes higher than 1752 or 1753, then it will invalidate the triangle. It would still, though, be in the direction of this trend, okay, short-term trend, and it would then tell us that something more bullish is going on. For example, the development of a diagonal, which would be a wave 1, a wave 2, and then also A, B, C, and wave 3, then a wave 4, and a wave 5. That would be 5 waves up. We can call that a wave 1. Then look for an ABC pullback in wave 2 before we push higher. Okay, so that's what I'm watching at the moment. So far, ETH has done what we wanted in recent weeks. It's come down nicely, made a new low. Yeah, it was a bit slow motion, but it's very hesitant just to break through that 1530 support level. So whenever we come close to turning points like this yellow box, yeah, which again was another turning point again, right? Then we have to have alternative wave counts like a triangle, at least something that would tell us what we have to watch out for in case that ETH puts in a bounce like it does at the moment. Yeah, so let's see if we can put in this B wave over the weekend. I think Saturday will again be a bit of a slow day. I guess the action will start tomorrow again, late on Sunday. Until then, I keep you updated. If you're interested in the weekly live stream, the member live stream on Sunday, then check out our membership options. You can find the links in the video description. If you follow the link to the website, you can actually watch a video there that explains the different tiers of the membership we offer. If you're interested, then check out the membership. On Sunday, we do the member live stream, 5 p.m. UTC. It's always educational. And we also cover some member coin requests. Then you get access to Discord and Telegram, the live chat rooms, and a lot of educational content. And as a gold member, you get access to short-term market updates. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.